Observation: the organic has been monitoring Starfleet transmissions obsessively. This is not a productive use of time. Daystrom built the brain. Starfleet shut it down. We gave it a microphone.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we have a little bit of a different topic. And I want to talk about something that's been on my mind for a while now. And that's the growing use of AI-generated voices and video in fan films. And just to set the expectations right away, this is not a call-out, and this is not the end of the time is coming because of AI. I want to make something perfectly clear. I use AI. I'm a graphic designer. I use it every single day in my work. There are new tools that can speed up the process, can make it a lot cleaner and faster. On the other side, I also use AI for fun, to make fun stuff for myself, for my friends, and even for this channel. So I don't believe that AI is going to destroy us. I think we are currently in that stage where, honestly, we are like toddlers. And look, you give AI to people who are generally nerds and geeks. You know what they're going to do with it? Play with it. We're going to play with it. We're going to try to see how far we can get. And at some point, things are going to fall back into some sensible boundaries. So, because of that, I'm not here to shame anyone, and I'm not interested in starting some arguments. This is really about this broader trend and a very specific part of it, and how it sits with me personally, and why I think it's something we should be a little bit more careful about as a fandom. Recently, I went back and started watching a lot of fan films. Thankfully, I was reminded how good they can be. And honestly, I still love that. I love the passion behind them. I love that people are still inspired enough by Star Trek to sit down and say, you know what? I want to tell a story in this universe. But while I was watching, I came across one of the fan films that was using AI-generated voices of the original actors. Not talking about impressions or reinterpretations, but voices that were clearly trained on performances from, shows and movies, and it actually uses 11 labs to do so. And that, honestly, immediately pulled me out of the experience. I'm not, again, going to get into specifics, which projects, who made it, because that's not the point of this episode. The point is kind of a bigger question. Just because we can do something now, does that mean we should? For me, it really comes down to consent. And I'm very firm on this. Whether we're talking about actors, performers, or just regular people, Joe Schmoes like me, if someone gives permission for their voice or likeness to be used, if they agree to it, if it's licensed, if it's clear and ethical, then I really don't have a problem with it. A good example of that might be James Earl Jones. He gave permission for his voice to continue being used. His estate is going to be compensated. There's a clear agreement in place. This really isn't a gray area. That's consent, it's documented and respected. Now, because it's Disney, we'll see how respected it's going to be, but let's put an asterisk to it. That situation is very different from using voices of actors who passed away long before AI voice technology even existed. They never had a chance to say yes or no. And for me, that's where it becomes a hard stop. I don't need it in a fan film. Heck, I don't even need it in a film, period. And honestly, I don't want it. And look, this is why I keep saying something I genuinely do believe in, whether we're talking about content, whether we're talking about fan films, whether we talk about full-fledged Hollywood productions. You need to start trusting your audience. You don't need to use someone's real voice or recreate their face. You don't need to digitally resurrect actors to make a story feel legitimate. If you want to tell a story through animation, I'm more flexible there. Animation has always been interpretive and stylized, but when something is presented as, let's say, a live action or even close to it, and it's clearly trying to simulate a real person, that starts to feel uncomfortable, especially when voices are involved. Because voice isn't just a sound. It's so much more, of course. It's a performance, it's rhythm, it's emotional delivery. There's a reason why acting is a craft. There's a reason why so many times when you see animated projects that have these really big acting names and they completely fail when it comes to voiceover. It's hard for really talented people to get into doing voiceover correctly. And now you're trying to pull that off with an algorithm? And honestly, on a purely practical level, because of all of that, those AI voices didn't even work well. You could literally hear different samples were stitched together from different movies, shows. That's how the AI was trained in order to produce this voiceover. You had different emotional tones that really didn't match. Instead of serving the story, it became distracting. I stopped thinking about the narrative and started thinking about the process. And that's never where you want your audience to be. Now, like I said, before anyone points out, yes, I'm aware of the irony here. M5 Delta is an AI-generated voice.
Clarification, I am flawless. Continue.
Of course you are. And I'm not pretending otherwise. The difference for me is very simple. The voice is commercially licensed. Permission exists. It's been used within the terms it was designed for. And that's consent. And that matters.
I do not understand the accusation. Hypocrisy has not been detected.
Sure. And again, just to be clear, I'm not an anti-AI. Like I said, I use it for my work. I'm not anti-technology. People who know how to use these tools can do genuinely creative things. This isn't about banning tools or drawing some purity lines. It's about remembering what fan films are actually for. They're supposed to be fun. I don't know, call your friends, get together, read lines of a script, laugh when someone messes up, leave imperfections in. Nobody with, I don't know, more than 2 working brain cells is expecting you to hire some professional voice actors or have some studio quality performances or perfect delivery. That's never been the point. Well, maybe because I'm old, it's never been the point for me. The point is you're having fun making something you love. And then, when you make it, we're having fun watching it. Fan films have always been about passion over polish. What matters is the story. What inspired you? What part of this universe you want to explore? What idea wouldn't leave you alone until you made something? That's what connects with people. Not how closely you can recreate a voice or a face that doesn't belong to you. So yeah, that's my take. Just something I think is worth thinking about.
Conclusion, audience trust exceeds algorithmic mimicry. Emotional authenticity remains irreplaceable.
Exactly. Anyways, thanks for listening. And I'll see you soon.
Support the organic creator. Like, share and subscribe.